Hi, my name is Samantha Fayon, and my country is Indonesia. Indonesia is a Southeast Asian nation made up of thousands of volcanic islands. It is home to hundreds of ethnic groups speaking many different languages. It's known for its beaches, volcanoes, Komodo dragons, and jungles sheltering elephants, orangutans, and tigers. The financial meltdown is one of the problems I'll be talking about. The background of this huge problem that has become a thing within Indonesians' finance is the rapid fall in exchange rates in other Southeast Asian countries such as Thailand, South Korea, and Malaysia since the late 1990s. Due to the rapid fall in exchange, Australian news got a hold of it and put labels like Asian financial meltdown on the issue, making things worse. Even though most of the commentaries think that many of the affected countries will be returned to good economic health by 1 or 2 years, there is much less optimism about Indonesia. As of now, the economy in Indonesia is not doing well, and due to that, the political issues have arose. The second topic I'll be talking about is the lack of food. In Indonesia, there is a horrible food situation that is caused by the falling of the currency, and it is occurring at the same time that Indonesia is suffering from one of its worst droughts in many years. The rice production has already fallen a lot in the past year, and they don't know how bad it could get. Indonesia will be forced to continue and increase the imports of food to keep prices down and maintain food distribution. If the currency and droughts problems persist, sustaining food imports will become an increasingly difficult task and might not be able to keep up with. The third issue I'll be talking about is the lack of jobs. The fall of Indonesia's currency has not only had an effect on food supply, but also on the jobs. The industry that has been most affected by this issue was construction, because Indonesia was not able to borrow from foreign countries any longer, which made it hard to even have construction jobs. It has been shown that there is an estimated 1 million workers that have been laid off from the construction jobs. The second most laid off type of job was manufacturing. As Indonesians' employment grows, the more vulnerable it becomes due to the change in the economy. The fourth challenge I'll be talking about is the Indonesian parliament. The Indonesian parliament continues to be dominated by secular nationalist parties. The Indonesian parliament is led by a government coalition. Government coalition means it is mostly made up of secular parties. Despite having the world's largest Muslim population, Indonesia's parliament is predominantly secular. This means that only 23% of the seats are held by Islamic parties. Most Indonesians tend to lean towards the secular national parties, but the other half don't really like to because they don't think it truly represents them. So for the first day of travels, you'll be traveling for 2 days. You'll leave at 1:25 a.m. on May 1st, and you'll be traveling from John F. Kennedy International Airport to Taipei, Indonesia, where you'll have a 4 hour and 45-minute layover to explore. On May 2nd, you'll leave at 10 a.m. in Taipei and land in Denpasar, Bali at 3:15 p.m. From there, you can finally collect your luggage and you'll take a taxi to your hotel. The hotel you'll be staying at is called the Beach Resort and Spa, where you'll be staying for 3 nights at $38 per night. The hotel includes free Wi-Fi, complimentary breakfast each day, and free parking. This hotel also has restaurants within the building and poolside bars. The price of a meal at an inexpensive restaurant is about $1.80 US. On this trip, you will be exploring 2 islands in Indonesia. On day 2 of your trip, you'll be in Bali, which will be May 3rd, and you'll go on a Bali full-day traditional village sightseeing trip with lunch included. This trip includes transportation to and from the hotel, a meal, and a completely planned-out day. At 9 a.m., you'll be picked up from your Bali hotel. Between 9:45 and 11 a.m., you'll visit 5 villages. From 11:30 to 12:15, you'll visit a holy spring temple. Between 1 and 2 p.m., you will grab lunch while seeing Mount Butar. From 2:30 to 3:30, you will visit a coffee shop and a terrace field. Between 4 and 6, you'll visit Monkey Village and King Palace. On day 3, you will be attending a Bali water temples tour. The temples that will be toured are Talalat, Ula Danu, and Taman Avun. This full-day private tour takes you on the famous Hindu water temples of Bali. See the iconic Peru Tanah Lot, Bali's most photographed temple, situated in the middle of the Indian Ocean, hearing fantastic commentary from your own personal tour guide along the way. There will be shuttles provided as well as for this trip and an entrance fee. A meal here is anywhere between $3 and $4 for US dollars. On day 4, you'll be traveling to East Java, Indonesia. Your flight will depart from Despar, Bali at 9:45 a.m. There will be a layover stop in Subara, which will be about an hour and 40 minutes. From there, you will take another flight to end up in East Java at 12:45 p.m. You will stay in a hotel for 3 nights, but you will be in Java for 4 nights. One of the nights will be spent on the tour. You will take an airport shuttle provided by the hotel you are staying at to the hotel to check in. The hotel is called Harry's Guest House. This hotel has free Wi-Fi and breakfast included. Along with that, the room has a beautiful view of mountains and a river with a walkout terrace to enjoy it. Very close by, there are markets and places to eat that vary from $2 to $10 US dollars, depending on what you get. On day 5 of your travels, you will be exploring Bulawaran Park and Ban Spring underwater. This trip is through the hotel you are staying at. The package includes the shuttle transportation, mineral water, a ticket in, a guide, and lunch. This is considered another day trip. Bulawaran is a national park in Java. It is located in East Indonesia, and it is relatively dry climate. It maintains of savanna as well as lowland forests, mangrove forests, and hills, with Mount Bulawaran as its highest peak. You will be exploring Mount Bulawaran and taking hikes. On day 6 of your trip, you will be going on a day and night tour of Ihan Crater. This trip is also one that is through your hotel. Aside from these 2 trips you have booked, there are many other trips that you could have chosen. This package is a severe complete package, as they call it. This one includes transportation, breakfast and dinner, mineral water, homestay/room for the night, gas mask and a torch, a guide, and a ticket for the ferry. Since National Geographic mentioned the electric blue flame of Ihan, tourist numbers increase rapidly. The phenomenon has been around for a while, but before this event, there was no midnight hiking. A 2-hour hike is required to reach the rim of the crater. After this 2-hour hike, there is a 45-minute hike down the bank of the crater. The blue fire is initiated by sulfuric gas, and this becomes the cracks of the temperatures up to 600 degrees Celsius. You explore this crater during the day and at the night to get the full experience. On day 7, when you come back from that trip, on May 8th, you will have the choice to relax or explore the beaches and go shopping. This day is completely up to you since you have been doing a lot while traveling and the activities on this trip so far. On the last day, May 9th, you will take a shuttle back to the airport. The first flight departs at 7:30 a.m. There is a layover in Subara for 2 hours and 40 minutes. During this layover, you can go shopping within Subara and grab some food. At 11 a.m., the next flight will take off, and you will land in Despar at 1:10 p.m. From here, you will take about 3 hours to do whatever you want to do in Bali before your next flight takes off. The first flight will take off at 4:15 p.m., and you will land in Taipei at 9:45 p.m. You will have a very long layover in Taipei that will last 10 hours and 15 minutes. During this, you are free to do whatever you please. At 8 a.m. on May 10th, you will take off from Taipei and land in New York at 10:55. That is the end of your trip, and I hope you enjoyed it.